What's going on, everyone? Crush back here with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day. I know I am. And today I got another story time for you guys, one I think you will very much enjoy, about my coworker. Yeah, I thought I was all I have coworker story times, but I actually looked through my list where I have my stories written down because I gotta write ideas down, and I actually found another one that I've never told on this channel before, and yeah, I can't wait to tell it. So yeah, let's get right on into it. So in case you don't realize, my coworker is kind of a mama's boy and has some issues with him. Number one, the dude, now I'm not gonna judge anyone if you're still living with your parents, no matter what age you are, but if you're living with your parents and you're just not doing anything and you're basically being a basement dweller, then that's where the judgment will come in. Basically, anyone that doesn't know who my coworker is, I definitely encourage you guys to watch the other videos on the channel discussing him, because honestly, he's probably one of the most interesting people I've ever met in my life, and also probably the world's biggest loser. The dude is basically a Wish.com version of Chris Chan when it comes to looks, how he acts, and even his weight. And probably how much he makes, honestly, because this dude, he basically makes minimum wage, and that's his choice. He could honestly make a lot more, because somehow the guy has a college degree in, it's something with sports management, and he loves the sports, but basically whenever you pop the question, you're like, hey, why are you still working a minimum wage recreational job? Why not work for, do a sports managing a job or something like that? I don't know much about sports management. I can't even talk, so I can't really say any specific jobs, but pretty much what pops up in his head and what he describes to you is basically equivalent to the one Drake meme that I'm gonna put on the screen. It's so stupid, but like, I don't know. It's just pretty much a perfect example of pretty much what he tries to explain to you. I can't even put in words. Literally just look at the top of the screen and you'll understand. And yeah, my coworker, he also has quite a few other issues if you see the story times, which again, I definitely encourage you guys to watch, because again, he's such a very unique character. He kind of reminds me of like a Wings of Redemption, Boogie 2988, and especially Chris Chan, except without the incest. But anyway, getting on with the story time. So, in case you don't realize, my coworker, with all these other problems stacked on top of him, has one more problem that basically rules his mind 24/7, and that's called being an alcoholic. The dude loves to drink. I think back then, 2 years ago, he spent like $300-400 on alcohol per month. And this is all to himself. He's not giving it away or anything, but he's not like a Mr. Beast. That would be pretty bad, but yeah, no, it's all for him, obviously, and now it's even worse. I think it's like 600, but back in the day, I remember this day to be exact. This was one of the days where my coworker just gets especially wasted at his parents' house. He's yeah, in case you can't tell, or if you didn't listen, he lives with his parents, and anyone that lives with an alcoholic will know how loud alcoholics get. And my coworker is no exception. When the Ravens are playing, he's like, doing pretty much what your typical Ravens fan would do, just get all hyped up and all that. But if they're losing, then he gets in a really bad mood. He just starts yelling slurs everywhere.
Yo, fucking ass nigger! There's your goddamn fucking nigger phone.
He'll start calling people. He's called me before at midnight, and he's actually called my boss at midnight before, which that's another story time I haven't told. If y'all want that story time, then just let me know, and I'll tell y'all that story time. But he does a lot of crazy stuff when he gets drunk in his house, especially in his house. I can't stress that enough. I mean, there was literally one time, I don't know if I told this in the other videos, where he got so drunk one night that he went to the bathroom and closed the door, and then this was at like 2 in the morning, but he starts screaming, where's the toilet paper, and just going crazy. And his family honestly probably thought, like, I don't know if his family heard him at first when he started screaming, but basically, I'm sure when you wake up to screaming, you picture the old lady that falls in the bathroom. I've fallen and I can't get up. And this is why you need Life Alert, kids. But anyway, yeah, apparently what happened in that specific scenario was, as parents ran downstairs, they were like, what's going on? And then he's just screaming in the bathroom, there's no toilet paper. And look, again, I get the struggle of not having toilet paper, but do you start screaming at 2 in the morning No, you don't. This dude, apparently what he did in there, because the door was closed, was he was apparently looking everywhere but the actual holder for the toilet paper. I guess he like moved his hand to the side while on his phone and assumed it would just be there, and I guess he just didn't quite reach the holder or something like that, and automatically assumed that the toilet paper was gone. Because this dude looked everywhere. This dude looked behind the toilet. He looked in the bathtub. He literally looked in the sink. But he couldn't find it, and eventually his parents were just like, "You drunken asshole, it's right there. You're keeping us up. We have to work. You don't." And he's just like, "Hey, man." And then I think he even called his dad the hard R. He does that a lot with his parents, and his parents, I don't know. If I was his parents, bro, his ass would have been gone a long time ago. But I guess because his parents just love him that much, or are afraid to kick him out, they just don't, you know. So he can pretty much get away with whatever he wants. And this specific night, the story time I'm actually getting into now, that is going to be based off the title of this video. This night is pretty much exactly like one of those nights, except it gets kind of bad, you know, and it gets way more expensive. So your boy coworker, I'm just going to call him coworker this whole time, not even give him a name, even though people on my stream drop his name all the time. I'm not going to do that because I don't want a lawsuit. But yeah, coworker, I can't get over that dude. That sounds so dumb. But coworker is just chilling. I think he was watching the Ravens game this day as well, and he was I think he was actually really hyped. He was really hyped, and because the Ravens were winning, and I think they ended up winning that night. I don't remember who they were playing, but he gets really hyped. He's having a great time. He's screaming, and I get even diehard fans start screaming, but even then, you shouldn't be doing that. But anyway, yeah, he's celebrating. He's having a good time. He's really throwing him back this one night. He probably drank like 2 pints along with 5 beers. 5 Corona and 2 Jack Daniels or something like that, you know. He was going crazy. And this dude, I guess he's about to go to bed or whatever, but he has to use the bathroom first. And we all know what happened last time he went in that bathroom. But I swear to God, it's like, for him, going in his specific bathroom is like going to the Bermuda Triangle. Nothing good ever happens there. It's always some weird shit going on, and nothing ever being normal, which is basically how you can describe the bathroom when he goes in there. Whether he goes in there and it's perfectly clean, you're just gonna leave, or he's gonna leave specifically, because nobody else will want to go back in, and it will basically be like a monkey house in there. It's just gonna be a complete disaster, and it's just basically a biohazard at this point. You're going to need to get the Fallout hazmat suit on, and then, you know, get the bio team in there. And on this specific night, it wasn't anything different. He goes in the bathroom, and then he didn't scream, "Where's the toilet paper?" Because apparently, according to him, and I guess this is true with other people, you need to take a specific alcohol to like be in different moods, which I get tequila will make you hype. I get Jack will just get you slumped on your ass and shit. But I don't know if that's true or not, I'm gonna be honest. But he had some very different stuff versus when he, you know, was screaming, "Where's the toilet paper?" So he was more calm, I guess. But while he may have been super calm, that doesn't mean that he had brain cells, y'all. That means that he still has 1 IQ, and he still does everything stupid in the stupidest way possible, including if it's a basic human function to use the toilet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, how can you imagine you mess up flushing a toilet? Well, let me just tell you this. If you flush down the wrong shit, no pun intended, then your toilet may not react accordingly. Let's just say that. So apparently what happened was my coworker, I guess he was reaching for how do you do this? Honestly, this is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. How do you reach for toilet paper and then get toilet paper confused with a nightlight? How do you do that? How can you somehow make the word stupid sound smart? I can call Lester B stupid sometimes. I'm not going to use Lester B. I'm not going to be mean. I can call John stupid. I'm sorry, y'all. But no, I could call like a genuine stupid person stupid, and then if my coworker was next to him, somehow the stupid guy would look like Albert Einstein. Because there's that big of a gap. My coworker is just a whole new level of stupid. He's in his own stupid dome, honestly. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, this is horrible, dude. I can't believe I'm telling this story on here. But yeah, somehow this dude gets I guess he's that drunk where he gets the toilet paper mixed up with the nightlight. He's like reaching on his side, not looking. I guess he was on his phone. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And he grabs a nightlight. And God, I really hope, I don't want to know what he did with that nightlight. But he ended up, whatever he did with it. Oh my God, that sounds so bad. Oh my God, he's trying to, hey man, he's trying to turn into the human Firefly. But yeah, after he's done doing whatever with it, he drops it in the toilet and then flushes it. And then just leaves. He doesn't even realize he did it. And then the next day, he wakes up and everything seems fine. But then his parents are like all worried in the next room and they're like cursing and they're going crazy. And then my coworker gets up to investigate. He's like, "Hey Ma, what you doing in here?" or something like that. Which, why am I making him sound so southern? But anyway, he investigates and sees what's going on. And apparently what's going on is that there was a flood that went on last night that nobody was paying attention to. And apparently the toilet that he was in, the toilet started overflowing. And it was pretty bad. It was not good. The toilet kept on free flushing. And then I guess it got flooded. It was basically looking like the Moaning Myrtle's bathroom from the Chamber of Secrets, where all the sinks were on and like the toilets were flooding. Except it was from one toilet, keep in mind. So they're freaking out, thinking that something just got clogged. So they just try and use their clogger to see if they can unclog whatever's in there. But at this point, the damage is already done, number one, and it's already watery as hell in that bathroom. And number two, they tried to use the plunger, but it was not working. Whatever was in there that was causing it, it was just not doing the job. Let me just say that. That was a tough rock to crack. So what they end up doing is they call a plumber there, and he's working on their toilet for a while. I don't know how long it took him. It may have taken him a day, 2 days, and he had to come back. But he ends up fixing it, and then it takes, like I said, it took him a couple days probably to fix it. So everyone's just waiting to hear what was causing the toilet to clog up. And the first thing the plumber does after he leaves was like, wow, that was all. I almost could not fix that toilet. And then his mom asks him, out of all the toilets you've ever had to fix, how many have broken that you couldn't repair? Or something like that, you know? And he's like, after today, that one. Well, almost that one, because he was able to do it, but I guess it was messed up that bad. My coworker somehow messed it up that bad where it almost completely broke and they had to get a new one. But anyway, they're waiting for the plumber to finally say what was going on and what was in the toilet. And then this dude ends up going down the list, basically taking inventory of what was in that toilet. He's like, well, there were multiple sandwich bags, crayons, pencils, and then he keeps going down the list, which implies only one thing. There's only one person dumb enough who will basically flush stuff down the toilet. I don't know if this dude thinks that toilet he was, doing his business in was like one of those toilets from Harry Potter where you stand in it, then flush, and then you get teleported somewhere. Knowing him, he actually probably would stand in his own toilet, then try and flush himself down to see where he goes, which I would pay money for that to be on video, not even gonna lie. But anyway, yeah, the plumber is basically listing off all this stuff, and his parents are shocked. They're like, how did all that get down there? And then finally the very last item he read off was the nightlight, and his parents were just confused. They're like, how did that stuff get in? Like, how did it get in? My coworker is so stupid that he's not even smart enough to keep his mouth shut when it comes to this incident, because for all his parents know, there could have been like an incident where trash was getting into their water system or something like that, or maybe, I don't know, I'm not a genius on that type of stuff. But my point is, his parents did not believe that it was him. They did not know why there was random stuff in there until my coworker's like, hey, I remember that flashlight. I saw it when I got drunk, but I didn't see it after I got sober. And his parents looked down. They're like, wait a minute, you're right. That nightlight was in there. And then I noticed it was gone a few days later, but I just assumed someone moved it. And then they're basically looking at each other. Then it clicks in their head. They're like, you flushed it down the toilet. And they're going crazy. They're like, why would you do that? Why would you flush the nightlight down the toilet? And he's basically like, hey man, I didn't mean to. He's basically like, I didn't mean to, and I can only imagine he was trying to put on the little Puss in Boots eyes, trying to, basically be like, I'm sorry. That's basically what I can imagine that's pretty much what he was doing. But anyway, yeah, so did anything really happen afterwards? Really no, just me making another story time about this fucking retard. But when it came to who paid for what, I think his parents paid for it because my coworker, he makes minimum wage at our other job. So I mean, how are you gonna, come on, when you're spending all of your money on liquor and porn and really whatever else he's spending his money on, then you don't really have much money left over, so yeah, it was his parents that ended up paying the bill. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I know it may have been, I'm not sure how long this will actually be, but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And while telling this, I actually thought of a few other little coworker stories that I can make story times for. Just let me know if you want them, and yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.